Hey everyone! Today I'm gonna be teaching you how to make chocolate chip blondies. So let us first start with our ingredients. I have here on my table a half cup or half stick of butter, 1 and 1/2 cups of flour, 2 eggs, 1 and 1/4 cups of sugar, both 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder and salt, a half cup of chocolate chip, and a half teaspoon of vanilla. So, let us first start with preheating our oven to 150 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. This gets your oven going while we make the blondies. Let us first start with creaming our butter. It is important to use room temperature butter so you can cream your butter much easier. So once your butter is creamed, you can add your sugar. I prefer to use light brown sugar, but you can use white sugar if you want. You can scrape the sides of your bowl so you're making sure that everything is well incorporated. To that, you're gonna add 2 of your eggs. So after your egg is incorporated with your mixture, you can add your vanilla. You can use the half teaspoon of vanilla. Now that we have mixed our wet ingredients, it is now time to add our dry ingredients. Let us start first with the flour. We can put a little bit at a time so you don't get flour all over. So I'm adding about a third right now. Then mix it in. Second part. Then the third part. Here we can add our 2 other dry ingredients, which is the salt and the baking powder. As you can see, I'm using a stand mixer here, but you can use your hands. It is just much more convenient for me. Then be careful not to overmix your batter. Once you see that all your ingredients have incorporated, you can finish it by hand. So now, I'm just folding the batter so I'm making sure that everything is incorporated, and I'm scraping the bottom of the bowl. And let's add our chocolate chips. I'd like to add half of my chocolate chips in the batter and half for the topping for aesthetic purposes. So let's add half of the half cup chocolate chips. And what I did here is I dredged it with flour, like all-purpose flour. So it's a bit white, so it won't sink to the bottom of the batter. So everything is in the middle. Then I'm just gonna fold this until it's well incorporated. So once your batter is done, it's now time to cook it. So I have here with me a rectangle pan. You can use what kind of pan that you want, but for me, I think a rectangle pan works better. And in total, this makes 18 blondies. So I'm using oil so that my blondies won't stick to the pan. So use a bit of oil. It is important to evenly coat your pan, evenly brushing the sides so that it doesn't stick and you get the whole blondie. So after that, I will be using a parchment paper that I have cut according to the pan. Now it is time to put the batter into the pan. So this will all go into the pan. So now that you've placed your batter in your pan, it is now time to sprinkle the chocolate chips in the batter. You can use the whole chocolate chip if you want. Then this will go into the oven for 25 minutes, but keep an eye on it because it will change color quickly and you don't want to burn your blondies after the oven. So while those are baking in the oven, let's proceed to the business part of this vlog. So So, disclaimer, I am no small business owner and I have not established myself yet in the business world. But I think that I can share a few tips just to inspire and just to inform those who will watch this. So I have with me here my notebook and a few tips for you. So let's start about the start. So the number one tip that I can give you is knowing the purpose on why you are starting your business. As for us, last year, we started it as a fundraising event and then it led to being our business entrepreneur project. Then it became a hobby. Then it progressed from what started as a fundraising event to a small business. The second tip that I gave you is compute. You can never be too sure to compute just once. You can ask a friend or an accountant that you know, or maybe even your parents, on those who know the business part better than you. Because once you had a fault in computing, the rest of your business will be affected. The next tip is know how to market your products. Know your audience, know who your targeted audience is. For us, we just know that our audience is everyone who likes sweets. Know how to market your product and know what the strengths and weaknesses of your product is. And the fourth tip that I'll give you is bring out the best in your product. You might be doing this for money, but in the end, if your product is good, it will sell good, and in the end, it will benefit you. So those are the tips that I would like to give you aspiring business owners, and I hope that we will all succeed in our chosen path. So let's get back to the baking. Once your blondies are out of the oven, you can leave them somewhere to cool down, and to check if they're properly baked, you can use a toothpick, insert it in the middle, and if it comes out clean, then you're done baking. Leave it somewhere else to cool by, then we'll proceed to cutting it and presenting it. And now that we have cut our blondies, we have now our finished product. I just put them in a paper liner for presentation, but you can eat it any way you like. Now you can make your own blondies at the comfort of your own home. Happy eating!